Hello, hello. Dr. Dale here. I am live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. I think those are all the channels. Yes, yes, yes. Hi. How are you guys doing today? Today's what? What's today's date? Wait, let me look at it's Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, March 20th. 20th. What a great day, isn't it? Isn't it a great day? How was your day? I hope your day is great. It's almost lunchtime. Usually I am live here every Wednesday, 12:15 to 12:30, but no, 12:15 to 12:45. Sorry. But today I'm a little earlier because I have a training with the amazing Lisa Nichols at 12 o'clock. So your girl got to get out of here. So that's why I'm here early. So how are we going to start the conversation today? You guys see what the title is? The title is my book. You guys, where's my book? Here it is. My book is in. It is here. It is here. It's real. Like it's real, you guys. Like you can almost see it. If I stop moving it, you guys will be able to see it. If I stop moving it, you guys will be able to see it. Wait a minute. There you go. Here it is. Here I am. My book, you guys. My book. I don't even know what else to say about that. My book. So I have a book. So here's my book. So it's here. So what is my book all about? One, I wanted to talk about that. Two, I want to talk about why did I do a book? Some people ask, seriously? You just finished your doctorate. So let me give you guys a timeline really quick, right? This time last year, your girl finished her doctoral degree. Yes, I did. So this time last year, I finished my doctorate degree, doctorate in business administration, right? Where I focus my research on social impact management, right? And how, and then I studied the concept of emotional intelligence. Social impact management is concepts, impacts that social issues that affect all of us. Every single one of us. And especially since COVID happened, there has been a total influx of people just want to live their best life. They want to be real. They no longer want to be in these workplaces or in spaces that don't accept them for who they really are. They want realness, right? And a lot of people realize, I'm at a job that I don't like. Why am I still here? I'm out. They gave the peace sign and they were out. Do you know anybody like that? That did that? I know a slew of people employees that left the workplace that did exactly that. I have a boss that don't like me, don't respect me. This environment, what they're doing, they don't even help the customers. They need it the way that they need to. My peers, my colleagues, they're crap. Like, I don't like being here. I don't like coming in 8 hours for all of these days, all of this time, and simply not liking who I am at the end of the day. Yeah, you may know somebody like that, or maybe that's you yourself, right? And it just did a whole shift. And so what I studied, emotional intelligence, is how emotions, you accepting and knowing and being all that you are, seeing who you are in the workplace, good, bad, or indifferent, showing up as your authentic self. And it starts with you knowing who you are. And that's what emotional intelligence does. It starts the very beginning before you do anything else. There's like 5 different concepts, 5 different parts of emotional intelligence: the self-awareness, the self-regulation, the social skills, the motivation skills, and of course the empathy side of things, right? Some people lump them into 4, sometimes 3, but for the most part it's 5. And the very first one talks about self-awareness. Are you aware of who you are? Are you aware? Of course I know who I am. Do you? Do you know what your likes, your dislikes are? Do you know why you dislike them? Do you know why sometimes why, are you able to pinpoint your emotions at the right time, at the right day, with the right person? Are you still lashing out at people? Are you still getting frustrated? And you're frustrated, you don't know why you're frustrated. You're overwhelmed, you don't know why you're overwhelmed. Have you stopped to really go internal? That's introspection. Go inside and ask yourself those kinds of questions. That's what emotional intelligence does. And that's why I love it so much. It allows you to stop and think and say, before I answer my husband in that harsh way, let me kind of check my tone. Let me maybe make sure that I'm at a reset neutral level, right? When responding to my mom. And if I do, unfortunately lash out, or my tone is not, or a yell or a scream or whatever, go back and apologize. Are you self-aware enough to say when you're wrong? Are you able to take that mirror off the wall and look at yourself and say those things? That's this book. That's what emotional intelligence does for me. That's what it has done for a gazillion people all across these United States, all across this world, right? And that's why I am saying it is life. It is life, right? It is 1,000 times life. So what does my book talk about? It allows you to understand. So what I did, so let me kind of give you guys a timeline. In March of last year, I completed my doctoral degree, done. And then towards the end of the year, October, November, I'm talking to Tina, one of my mentors. You guys need to get with Stars, Tina Wilson, Elite Star Fitness. And I'm talking to her and I said, I'm going to send, for all my clients that I have, I'm going to send them like a thank you. I'm going to send them like the book, The 4 Agreements. And it's, the little short one, the little small one, cute, like a Christmas gift kind of a thing. And she's like, why don't you just do the book yourself? And I was like, what? Are you out of your mind? I was like, no. And she's been kind of saying things in my brain, to kind of dropping hints to telling me to do a book. And I was like, no, I've just finished studying. The last thing I want to do is to do anything remotely close to a book, with all of the dissertation, with all the writing that I had to do before, and all the pages of information that I have. She's like, it sounds like it's going to be easy for you because you already have it figured out. And I was like, what? She's like, you already have all of the data. Why not just do it? And I was like, I thought about that at the end of the day, and I went back and I was thinking. I was like, maybe she's right. And I think it was 2 days later, and one night, I'm a night person, I just decided to just look at my dissertation that I had, all of the pages and pages of information. And I had already had an ebook and kind of looking at that. And then I went and I just merge it with my 3 core values, right? And I said, how does emotional intelligence intertwine with my faith? With what I believe, what's true for me, with integrity, and being completely nakedly honest with myself and those people around me. What are my expectations? What are my boundaries? How does it intertwine with that? How does it allow me to continually learn? Because I love learning, all things learning. If anybody knows anything about me, they'll know that I'm always reading a book. I'm always I'm always listening to a book, reading a book. I'm always in a training. I'm always in something. And you could even call me. You can go as far as call me an education junkie. You can go ahead and call me that. I'm okay with that. That's me, an education junkie, right? I love taking in information and then I love applying it because we can take in as much, but if you're not applying what you are learning, then you are pretty much throwing it out the door, right? You got to apply what you have learned, right? You got to look at those results and you just got to go back and measure. It's all about measuring, right? So what does my book tell you? So I finished my book December 30th. You guys can go back on my socials and see because I did a whole video on it. And I got my very first sample book, which I kind of still have here. Where is it? Here. See the difference? Where you guys can see the difference. There. There. Can you guys see the difference? Wait, let me see. Hold on. Yeah. See, one has the little label around it that says for sale, not for resale or whatever. And then the other one, of course, has ready to go. I'm so excited. Can you guys see? I'm so excited about this. So that's what I did. And so I just compiled all of that information together and I decided to do it. And December 30th, my first pre-book came out and I was like, okay, let me look at it, see how it looks, see if I want to fix it, edit some things, how does it feel, that kind of a thing. And I made some changes, I got some people to edit it for me and I added some more information. And now we have the finished product. And we are in March. We're in March. I was going back and forth for a minute with some information that I had in there and then the structure of it. But yeah, I'll just read you guys a part of it that says believers with a positive mindset approach difficulties as opportunities for growth and learning, trusting in their ability to overcome obstacles with resilience and faith. EQ, which is emotional intelligence, in faith, encourages the practice of gratitude, a cornerstone of a positive mindset. Right. And then I give a personal anecdote on, my personal experience. Let me see if I can remember one of the ones that I put in here. And I kind of also give somebody said that it's like a guide. If you've never been introduced to emotional intelligence before, you don't even know what it is, and kind of how it applies, how you can apply it to your everyday. That's this book. That's what this does. It's just 86 pages. That's it. 86 pages that allows you to understand your faith and EQ, right? And how they complement each other. And it throws in some strategies, right? Some tips for helping you build those muscles on overcoming obstacles and challenges, right? Making sure that you're able to foster personal growth, right? And then turn back around and bring others with you. Embracing, allows you to embrace a mindset of always learning, right? Being able to adapt easily to different environment things. If they say the only thing that's constant is change, are you constantly able to adapt and change and innovate and shed that skin, like that snake skin that sheds? You got to shed new skin and grow and learn. And then it has those techniques, right? Allowing you to regulate. How do you regulate your emotions? How do you regulate when you show up? Why should you regulate it? Because if you don't, you and I both know probably a gazillion people that unfortunately could not control how they felt or control their emotions about a particular person or a particular situation. And they ended up where? Either dead, in prison, or despondent, just constantly negative and just putting themselves down, constantly drinking and just can't get out of the story that they're telling themselves. I know, because I've been there. I really, really been there. Right? So there is some words by Dr. What's her name? Dr. Cherry Carter that says there are three kinds of people in this world: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what happened. You make them happen, you watch them happen, or do you wonder what happened? Which one are you? What is your story? This is a part of me. I wanted to do this very quick book. And of course, now that I've done it and I've seen the process and seen how easy it is, easy because the hardest part, I have to say, was the structure of the book, not the data, not the information in it. Because you got all that you need to pour into whatever book you're going to create or going to author. You already have it inside of you. You already have it inside of your heart, your soul, your life experiences. You already have that. That's the easy part. The hard part is you actually getting, what does the cover look like? And why does the words all to the left? Let's move it back over here. Do I want to put some quotes in there? How do I want this to, like, you getting creative in that sense? And that was the hardest part for me. I had to really let myself, like, really create my book, my first book, because there's more to come from here. With 15 years of being in human resources, the stories, the things I've seen and heard and been a part of. Oh, I got stories for you guys. I got stories for you guys all day long. And, that I can apply and kind of show an example and how that merges. So imagine all of those lived experience that you may have want to share with someone. Don't hold back on you writing your story. Let this be an encouragement to you. Let this be a reminder to you to do your book, because it's an awesome feeling, you guys. It's just a great feeling to have, to know that out there in the world somewhere, there is you sharing your knowledge, sharing your wisdom, because nobody can do it like you. Nobody can do it like me, right? And I eat that up. I eat it up all day long. I appreciate the people that help push this forward. I give thanks, and I was going to read you guys a part of it, right? It says, let me see the story I was going to share here. The quote, one of the quotes I have in here is, faith is taking the first step, even when you don't see the whole staircase. And that was said by Martin Luther King Jr. I didn't see the whole staircase when it came to this book, when Tina mentioned it to me. But I went with it anyway. I'm listening to, I told you guys I'm doing a training with Lisa Nichols, and she said, sometimes you just need to leap to get started. I'm a leaper. I am a leaper. Are you a leaper? I leaped into doing this book. And if you guys haven't figured it out, I'm a little bit of an overachiever all day, every day. I am a little bit of an overachiever all day, every day. Yes, I am. And it helps. I am an overachiever because it makes me feel good. 1, 2, there's another, people say all the time, man, it's lonely on top. On top, meaning they say when you become an executive, I was an executive, human resources. When you made it, when you're successful, it's lonely on top. My reply to that is, it's lonely on top because you didn't bring anybody with you. Who did you bring with you? Did you send the elevator back down for somebody to come up? Are you giving other people opportunities that you didn't have? And that's what I'm about. When I was looking first, when I first started wanting to get into human resources, into HR, man, it was hard. I didn't have no experience. I didn't have my SHRM certification, which is the HR certification for those that don't know. And I was trying to figure out, how am I going to get in, and reaching out to people on LinkedIn, and applying to jobs and jobs and jobs, and I just wasn't getting a foot in. Your girl was not getting a foot in. And what happened? I had to turn around and uh reach out to someone that I knew, and somebody connected me with somebody else, and eventually I got that first coordinator assistant job, or I think I applied to do another job, and then eventually, while I was there doing that one job, somebody, another opportunity in the company became open, and I applied to that HR job. You see how that worked? You see how that, like, yet how am I going to get the experience if you don't give me experience? I need to get the experience from you so I can have the experience. It's so frustrating. It's very frustrating, right? So think about going through that, and all of the emotions that come with that, right? And not having a guide. That's this book. How to navigate it. What is it? How do I do it with it? What I have to do when I have to do it. Right? So, of course, book got on Amazon. Amazon got their guidelines, you guys. Don't think they ain't got their guidelines. And I had to submit it like 2 or 3 times, like 3 times, I think, in order for me to get it approved and everything. So it's finally on Amazon. It's 86 pages and it's $14.99. And why did I do it? Like, published it myself, use Amazon, but all of the royalties and everything, I didn't do it through a publisher or anything. I just use Amazon to publish it. And of course, then I'm working on the audio version, and then working on my next book. Like, yes, you can do it too. I am not the smart, I'm just a good student. That's what I have to say. Like, people are like, oh, because you have your doctorate, you're just smart. No, I just know how to follow orders. You tell me to do this, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not doing anything less. I'm going to do exactly what you tell me to do, and sometimes I'll do more, depending on what it is. If I really enjoyed it, I'm going to do more for sure. I'm going to do more, right? Because I love learning, and I'm being curious and observant and just soaking in information. That's just in my DNA, right? But I'm not doing anything special. I'm simply reading the instructions, applying the reading, and when I still can't get it, which happens quite a bit, I go and I YouTube University all day, every day. YouTube University, Google it, talk to someone, research on this one, and ask this person, what do you think about this? And how did I get this? And how did you do that? And this and that. That's what I do. My grandmother said, my grandmother, God bless her soul, she used to say, I ask a lot of questions. I do. So, and I'm not afraid to ask questions, and I'm not afraid to say, I don't know. And that's what emotional intelligence did for me. It allows me to be vulnerable when I need it to be, in order for me to get the answers and the successes that I have, and what I have my mind and my mindset on. I'm okay with that. Some people are not okay with, they say, being vulnerable or being empathetic is like being weak. No, it's actually the opposite. It's actually the opposite. Because I am brave enough to ask the question, and some people are coward enough to not ask the question, or scared or shy or fearful, whatever it is, enough to not ask the question, because they're ashamed. They feel like people are judging them, making them think that they're dumb. You can think I'm dumb all day long. Like, I'm just being real. You can call me, think whatever you want to think about me, but how I think about myself is the most important thing, right? Right. And I'm not saying that to be conceited or selfish and not caring what people think about me. I care about what Dale says about Dale. first and foremost. And then I branched it out. I branch it out to the rest of the people and what they, people that I care about, people that care about me, that are my supporters, my family, my friends. Those are near and dear to my heart and heart of hearts, right? And then you go out to your employer and go out to church members and all this, whatever those people are that you have in your life, right? But how I think about me is my priority. How what God thinks about me is my priority, right? And then everybody else. And the thing is that how you think about yourself is how the people that support you and love you thinks about you. If you pride yourself on how you show up and what you do, and be completely vulnerable with your emotions and how you are feeling, you're being brave enough to let them know. You're letting people know what you feel. And if you don't let them know how you feel, how do you expect them to know? Well, they could read my mind. They can predict based on what you are, them observing you. But it's just a prediction, is not for sure. You have to confirm that what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing is what you are actually saying. Emotional intelligence does that for you, right? It allows me, and I learned, I'm going to tell you this other one before we get out of here. We got 4 minutes. This other, so Dr. Cherry Carter, rules for being human. She mentioned, there are 3 kinds of people in the world: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what happens, right? She said something else. She said, other people are mirrors of you. So follow this sentence, and I'm going to leave you guys with this. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects to you something you love or hate about yourself. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects to you something you love or hate about yourself. So I'll leave you with that. If you're looking at someone and you say, man, I hate that, I don't know if you're at work or, your husband, your wife, and you're saying to them, man, I just hate how he always late. He's always late. Why is he always late? I hate that about him. He's never on time. If you dislike that, that's because that is something about you that you do to others that you dislike. And I'm going to let you think about that. Because when that concept came to me, when that realization came to me, I was like, no, that's not true. I had to think and think and think and think for months on that. So I chewed on it. So I'm going to leave you guys so you can chew on that a little bit. And let me know how you feel about it in the comments or DM me. I'm happy to have a discussion. So what is this all about? Dr. Dale and her book is here. I'm going to be live with Stars Tina tomorrow at 7 a.m. And we're going to talk some more about my book. So what else did I want to leave you guys with? Next week, Wednesday, it's a very special time. Next week, Wednesday is roundtable, women's discussion roundtable. I'm, coming together with 7 amazing individuals, women from all walks of life, different backgrounds, different industries, that started, however they started in their careers and where they are today. And we're going to have like an open conversation and just very informal about their experiences in the workplace, your experiences, and you can ask all the questions. And at the end of the day, the whole purpose of that is to just remind you, and this being, Women's International Month, is to remind you, wherever it is that you are, at work, at home, at school, at church. You are not alone. You are not alone. What you're going through, others have gone through it and they have overcame it. They have overcome it, and you can do the same. So tune in next week, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. I mean, it's going to be live on all of the socials, just like I am live today. And we're just going to have an amazing conversation. So tune in next week, Wednesday. Join me. And thank you for checking in, doing your weekly pulse check with Dr. Dale. Have an amazing rest of your day. And let me get started with my training. Bye.